Welcome. In this tutorial, I have created this simple dashboard in Python using Plotly dash library. There are only three core components in this dashboard. The first core component is radio items, drop-down list, and graph component. This dashboard is fully dynamic, and by changing any input value from the radio item and drop down list, the values are changed on this bar chart. This drop down list depends on this radio items list. By selecting any radio item, we can see here in the drop down list the values are changed, and these values are updated according to the value of this radio item. For example, if I select this item, we can see here the list of county is updated. Similarly, if I select this state, so we can see here the list in drop down list is updated. So let's see in the code editor how to create this type of dashboard. Basically, I have created chained callbacks to create this dependent drop down list on radio items. So let's see. First of all, import necessary dash library, then create two CSS files to make this dashboard responsive. Create these two CSS files in the assets folder. We can see this dashboard is responsive. Then make sure you have downloaded the CSV data file and added in the your dash project. Then give the data frame name, and using the pandas read function import this file. After that, create the dash app layout and give ID to this dash app main container. I have added CSS properties in this file. Then I have created this first row. In this first row, I have given to title this dashboard. After that, create second row. In this second row, I have added three dash core components. In this row, this is second component and this is graph component. I have combined these two components in this HTML div, and the third component is in this HTML div. I have given 5 columns to this HTML div and 7 columns to this HTML divs to make complete 12 columns. Then import the radio items options using the data frame in the dash app. I have used this main data frame and the name of column from this CSV file. We can see in the Jupyter notebook there are 6 columns in this CSV file. This column shows state names and this column shows county names. I have used this state column to get name of these states in the dash app. We can see here these are the names of states. I have given ID to this radio items component. Then I have used this label style inline block. These items are in the inline block. I have given default value to radio items this state name, because when I refresh the page, I can see this radio item is already selected. Then I have styled this radio item and I have given class name to this radio item. Then I have created second dash component, that is drop down list. The ID of this drop down component is select underscore country. I have chosen multi-parameter false because I want only one value in the drop down list. Then I have used clearable parameter true because we can clear the selected value in this drop down list. Then I have used disabled parameter in this component and I have chosen false. If I type here true, then this drop down list will be disabled and we cannot select any value from this drop down list. Then I have chosen style. After that I have given placeholder this text. We can see here this text here. After that I have added options parameter, that is most important parameter. I have chosen this parameter in list, but list is blank because I want to get values in this list using chain callbacks. So let's see how to create chain callbacks. First of all, I have given output value is options and the ID of component is this component. Then I have chosen input component value is value and the ID of component is radio items. Because when I select any value from this radio items as a output, I will get values in this component options. So this is options parameter. I will get here values in this option parameter. For this purpose, I need to define functions. Because the input component is this component, I have used ID of this input component as key in this argument. Then I have used this ID to get values from the state column, and as a return I will get values in the options parameter using this data frame. I have used here the name of this data frame and the column name is county. For example, the state name is this state. I have used here the name of state here, and this is the column name of state. As a output, I will get in this component or drop down list all counties of this state from this column in this drop down list or in this options parameter. The next callback, select the default values of any state in the drop down list. For example, I refresh this page. The current state is this state is already selected. I can see here first value of the list in the drop down list is already selected because I have used here 0 to get first row of this column. If I select this radio item, so we can see here the first row of this list is already selected in this drop down list. So let's see how it works. So I have used here input value is options. This is the option and the output value is value from this ID. Then I have defined function. I have used this ID in the function argument as key, and I have returned the value using this ID from this options value, and I have used 0 to get first value of the first row. For example, if I type here 2, then again print this data frame, refresh the page. We can see here in this list the third element of the third row is selected. If I select this radio item, so we can see here in this list the third value of the third row is selected because I have used here 2. Then I have used these two input components to show values on bar chart. First of all, I have created this callbacks for bar chart. I have used two input components as input and I have used bar chart ID as a figure. Then I have defined function to show values on bar chart. I have used these two input components as key in this function argument. Then I have created new data frame and I have given this data frame name this name. I have used here group by function to group columns values. We can see in the Jupyter notebook. I have used here group by function. These 4 columns I have used to group values from this column. So we can see here every state and county and candidate and one column values in this column. Then I have created this data frame to filter the data from this data frame. We know radio item values are in this column and select county values are in this column. So I have filtered these two IDs from these two columns. In the data section, I have used this data frame here. Then I have used this column from this data frame because I have already filtered the values using this data frame. In this data frame, we can see here this is the name of this data frame. You can see other parameters of this bar chart using the link in the video description. Almost all parameters are same in each chart. So I have used here text parameter and I have used this column value in this parameter because I want to display values on bars. These values are coming from text parameter. Then I have used text template to format these values. We can see here this is the format type of this text value. I have added the text in this numerical value. I have set text position auto. We can set here inside or outside. Then I have used marker parameter. In the dictionary of marker, I have used 3 more parameters. I have used for colors, this column. Then I have created hover effect on each bars. After that, I have created layout of this bar chart. So that's end. I have used here these two parameters to format these values on the bar chart. We can increase or decrease the size of these values. So we can use these two parameters to format values on bar chart. That's it. I hope so you have learned in this tutorial. You can learn more about this code using the link in the video description. You can download the data file and these two CSS files. If you have any problem to learning this code, please comment in the comment box. I will help you as soon as possible. Thank you.